Kool TV and the Total Media Sports Network present the 2025 16th Region Volleyball Tournament live from Raceland-Worthington High School. Now let's go to the Palace for all the action of the 2025 16th Region Volleyball Tournament live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening from inside the Palace here at the campus of Raceland-Worthington High School as we move into game number 2 of the evening. With East Carter and Rowan County setting to square off. Winner of this game will play Boyd County Wednesday night at 6 o'clock in the semifinals of the 16th Region. Hello, everyone. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here as it was Boyd County cruising past Greenup County in straight sets in our first game here tonight. And now Rowan County, who rolls into the tournament as the champions of the 61st District with a record of 25-6. East Carter, the runners-up of the 62nd District at 6-14. Rowan County's won 5 consecutive. Their last loss coming against Ashland. And that was toward the latter part of the season, back on October the 9th. Wins over Frankfort, Boyd County, Menifee, Bath, and Fleming, all in straight sets on the season. We'll step out for our first break. We come back, we'll set the scene. Katie Neltner will join me for commentary, and we'll get you ready for game number 2 here tonight in the opening round of the 16th Region Tournament, East Carter and Rowan County, as we continue our coverage here on Kool TV.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe that strong communities begin with strong partnerships, and that starts with trust. Since 1932, we've proudly served the families and businesses of this region because your goals matter, your family matters, and your future should be built on a foundation you can count on and trust. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice.
No matter if you are building a new home or remodeling your current one, let DJ's Kitchen Corner design your new kitchen. From custom cabinets to countertop spaces, no design is too big for DJ's Kitchen Corner. They offer free estimates, and their friendly staff is committed to helping you every step of the way to find your perfect space. Give them a call at 606-928-3688 to schedule an appointment and check them out online at djskitchencorner.com. That's DJ's Kitchen Corner, located at 5350 State Route 5 in Ashland, family owned and operated for 40 years.
Are you looking for a senior care assisted living facility for your loved one? Look no further. Heritage Point Assisted Living is located at 3304 Rhodes Avenue, New Boston. Owners Steve and Debbie Akers invite you to stop by and see their beautiful home-like atmosphere, including rooms with walk-in showers. Residents can also walk in the beautiful courtyard, shop in the general store, enjoy 3 delicious meals each day. From respite care to housekeeping and laundry services to free transportation to local doctor's visits, Heritage Point provides the care your loved one needs. Over 50 years of providing care. That's Heritage Point Assisted Living. Call today, 740-456-8245, 740-456-8245. Our family caring for your family.
With Christmas just around the corner, Wireman's Greenhouse, located on US 23 in Greenup, is your home for all your decoration needs. Wireman's features Fraser fir, Norway spruce, Serbian spruce, and white pine, as well as potted evergreen trees that's a perfect touch for your home, and they offer wreath-making classes available to all ages. Wireman's also has poinsettias and custom fruit and gift baskets, as well as gift cards for that holiday treat. This holiday season, let Wireman's help you deck the halls for all your decoration needs. Wireman's Greenhouse on US 23 in Greenup, and check them out on Facebook.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for. Hey, Isabella.
Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Sprinkles! Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back here at the Palace as we get you ready for game number 2, East Carter and Rowan County. As the winner of this one will play Boyd County, who moved on in straight sets over Greenup. They'll play that game on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Tomorrow night, the opening round continues, as our first game will be the champions of the 62nd, West Carter. They'll play the runners-up out of the 63rd and Russell. And then the bottom half of the bracket, champions of the 64th, Ashland, and the runners-up out of the 61st in Fleming County. Katie, when you look at the way that the schedule lays out, do the teams that play tonight, does that give them a little bit of a more edge going into that semifinals with fresh legs?
I don't think there's really truly any way to decide. These are high school girls we're talking about. They condition their whole lives for this. So,
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen an actual identifiable difference. I mean, I think if you've run them rampant the entire season, they're probably a little more wore out, but I'm not sure that one night matters.
You look at this matchup here, and it's on paper, it's heavily favored one way with the favors of Rowan County. Second best record in the region this season. And again, a team that they've got several hitters across the net that they can spread the ball across to. On the other side of that, East Carter does not have that. And when you don't have the ability to match hits for hits at the net, it really puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
If there's no opportunity for offense, this is just it's going to be a long, hard-fought game.
You look at on the leaders in the region, Bellamain's third in the region, coming in 399 kills, trailing only J.C. Hall from Russell's 406 and Peyton Powell's 409. But she's a force to be reckoned with at the net. Brooklyn Tenure with 44 blocks on the season. This Rowan County team, not a huge blocking team, coming in. They're middle of the pack, averaging just over a block and a half a set. So they work more on the get it and go more than trying to turn it away from you.
I haven't seen Rowan County this year, so I'm excited to watch them. I mean, just looking at them in the gym, there's not tons of height, which would probably account for not tons of blocking defense at the net. But, I mean, I'm excited to see athletic girls get up and block on balls all the time, so I'm excited to see what they got.
Let's step out for a break. We come back. We'll play set number 1 here in the first round. Game number 2, East Carter and Rowan County next, right here on Kool TV.
Hungry for something fresh and full of flavor? Come on down to Mackey's Pizza Pub, home of the shredded pepperoni. At 1007 Argolite Road in Flatwoods, Mackey's is where freshness meets flavor. They're serving up fresh, never frozen, wings, mouth-watering pizzas, hearty sandwiches, and crisp salads, all in a fun family atmosphere. And they have the only pool table in Flatwoods, plus a game room for everyone to enjoy. Mackey's Pizza Pub, home of the shredded pepperoni.
The world runs and depends on data. Vertev keeps that data cool and operational with custom high-quality cooling equipment that is the Rolls-Royce of large and mid-size air conditioning systems. A Fortune 500 company located in Ironton, Vertev designs, builds, and supports critical cooling solutions for data centers. They offer real career potential with clear growth opportunities and support lifelong learning through their educational reimbursement program. For more information about their custom cooling solutions or about joining their team, visit vertiv.com. When you become involved in complicated legal matters, many factors may fight for your attention in dealing with the situation. It is very stressful to carry out daily responsibilities while juggling legal, emotional, and financial concerns. At Wilson, Stavros, Rousey, and Thomas, our legal team can provide guidance and counseling dealing with these issues. They are a full-service law firm with established ties to Ashland and surrounding areas, specializing in family law, divorce, bankruptcy, motor vehicle accidents, and estate planning. Call 606-637-8717 for more information or visit them online at wilsonstavrosrousey.com. Wilson, Stavros, Rousey, and Thomas, proudly serving the area for 25 years.
Trust is something earned, not given. For over 90 years, KFB has built trust in your community. We believe our neighborhood is our responsibility. Through our quality service, innovative products, and local decision-making, we are committed to your financial success. Better financials lead to a better life. All with the Better Bank headquartered in Boyd County and serving the tri-state. KFB, the bank you trust and the community you love.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Eric Clark.
Back here at the Palace as we get you set for game number 2 tonight between East Carter, the runners-up by the 62nd District, and the champions of the 61st of Rowan County. Our officiating crew tonight, our R1 is Eric Clark, our R2 is Kenny Robert, our line judges, Kevin Hendrickson and Chris Mertz.
Versus the champions of the 61st District, the Rowan County Falcons. introduce our players. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, the East Carter Lady Raiders. Number 1, Mallory McCall. Number 2, Willow Burchett. Number 4, Layla Bush. Number 10, Ava Atkins. Number 13, Brooklyn Stevens. Number 22, Kylie Baker. Number 23, Hannah Keys. Number 30, Alexis Vaughn. Number 31, Addison Hall. And number 35, Gracie Stidham. Now for the home team, the Round County Valkyries.
I've heard so many people. Some say Valkyries, some say Valkyries.
I think it's Valkyries,
Yeah.
I think. Listen, we get in this argument all the time. Is it Lady Rams? Is it Lady Lions? I cannot stand having Lady in front of, I just want Lions.
No,
Lions.
and so that's something on the newspaper side of things that we separated about. I think it was right around COVID. It was like there's no such thing as a Lady Ram or anything like that. So
That's what Eric was like. What do you want to call them? The U's? And I was like, no,
Yeah.
I just want to be the Rams.
yeah. Players that I think are your players to watch for here off Bell Mains. 399 kills on the season. Ella Breeze, 282. Nobody with 100 kills or more for East Carter. Leading the way at the net is Hannah Keys. This East Carter team, only one senior. That's Brianna Burchett. Jennifer Clark with a very youthful team, and again, maybe going through some rebuild of some sorts. And you get a youthful team, Katie, just getting to this part, it helps do wonders for what you do when you try to build moving forward.
Yeah, everyone needs playing experience. Everyone needs tournament experience. You know, getting there is half the battle. So, I mean, there's only 8 teams left standing, so what they've accomplished can't be taken away.
Well, teams meet center court as we look at our net cam shot there. One of my favorite shots in game of volleyball.
We need that instant replay down there for the refs on those net calls.
Yeah, Dave Anderson was coming up here. He's like, man, I need a replay. I was like, wait, we can give it to you. You just got to tell it. You just need it. We can send it to you.
Pull it up.
We can give you the scrub feature and everything. So, head coach for the Vikings, Taylor Dixon. Again, it feels weird, and I know that it's been a little bit, but it feels weird not having Steve and Rusty there.
You know, they were a great duo. You know, I'm sure Taylor has done great things. Brown County has come so far in the 9 years. I mean, they were at their height when I started, had a little dip, and now they seem to be building that back. So Taylor's done a great job. But, yeah, Rowan County, when I think of Rowan County, I think of Dusty and Steve.
Yeah, so you got Rowan County with 3 region championships. They did those in succession, 17, 18, and 19. Tiffany Perry dislodged them in 20 when she got her one and only championship. Then you took over in 21 and 22. Jamie Clark closed it out in 23, and then Ashland got it in last season to get the Tomcats their 4th
I think that
region title.
17, 18, 19 win was against Boyd County each time.
I know for a fact it was.
they booted us from the region. I think my first 3 years.
I think in the championship, I think in the 17, I think it was East Carter they played. It was either East Carter or Russell. So I remember that's when I first started covering stuff in this area.
God, it's been so long.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy to say, but I've been doing this for a decade now. But I just know I had some battle scars from Rowan County in the region championship.
Stephen Dusty was good for that. All right, here we go. The Valkyries will start things off. Deep service. East Carter scrambling, trying to send it across, and point goes in favor of Rowan County on the arrow.
I think we need to get some clarification on that. I thought that those supporters were supposed to be a replay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how we played it last year.
Right.
But, again, they've started the tournament playing it in one way, and I guess you continue to play the rest of the way that direction. Here's Keys, lofts it across.
Well, KHSAA told us we had to, if we were just flipped in the region tournament, we had to make sure we were doing that in season. So we've flopped benches all year, but I know it's something new for the people that don't have the net that extends from the ceiling.
Ella Breeze on the attack area there. We're even at 1. Little touch across, dig up. McKellicuddy. Big swing to the back row.
Good defense.
Nice job there by the Raiders. Far corner and out of bounds. On the swing there was Ella Brinker. 2-1 Raiders. Alexis Bond, service, deep service. Big swing near side and out of bounds. Eva Brinker. And that's I think one of the comments we talked about in the last game. Hitting toward that open end of the arena, it certainly plays into that depth perception for some players when they come in this building.
Absolutely.
Down the line, Raiders play it up. And then a miss hit at the net as Haddison Hall. Side out, Rowan County.
Rowan County brought a good little crowd for being so far away.
Yeah, they've got fat heads and everything. That's Eliza McGillicuddy, the libero, the sophomore, her 60th ace of the season. We're even at 3. And Brown County regains the lead.
Looked like a miscommunication there in the back row by East Carter.
Unforced errors, so huge, especially when you get into the regional round, and the nerves obviously is a big part of that. Ball back up the net. Rowan County fires it right back down, but it's out of bounds, and the point goes to Rowan. 5-3, they lead it on a 3-0 run. You look at their numbers as they match up against other teams around the region. They're pretty much middle of the pack other than service. They're third in the field of 8 coming in service with aces per set. But again, as we were talking about, nothing that really kind of wows you across the net, but they play it very good defensively.
You know, you don't need superstars. I think we were just talking about that. You don't need superstars. You just need consistency in this sport.
Nice play there by Hannah Keys as she goes with the dump at the net. Hannah, the leading attacker for this Raiders team. Big swing on the far side, and that one goes home for the point.
That's going to be the key for Rowan County, is just flipping up that offense, going from the tip to the push to the roll, just making East Carter move. That, you know, younger teams, they don't have that experience to go ahead and move with that defense.
Brooklyn Tenure picking up her first kill of the night.
Solid swing by Allie.
A big hit this near side. That's Ella Brinker. And Rowan County with a 3-point lead. Ella Breeze, a sophomore. 40 aces, 282 kills on the season. Deep service, too deep. And the service error onto the back line. These two teams did not meet in the regular season. Rowan County came in with a 5-game winning streak. Their last loss coming to Ashland back in the early part of this month. I had to check myself, make sure we're still in the month of October. It's gone by so fast.
Crazy, 2025 is almost over.
Yes.
Rowan County saving it out of system there a little bit.
There's Keys coming near side and puts it on the line.
I'll say it again, that 4's been hot all night.
So back for the service work for the Raiders. It's Haddison Hall, the freshman. Free ball over by the Vikings. Bad pass and a touch back down as Tenure finishes that one at the net on a bad pass. And again, when you get a ball like that at the net, that's what you're supposed to do with it.
You know, we try and instill it, go up at the net. If you're on the receiving team, go up at the net, put it back down, defend that net. It's so much easier to go up and block it playing than it is to try and dig it out of that net.
Big hit on the far side. That's Belle Maines, her first swing in the match. And the lead is 3. A hit like that, and you can tell while she just picked up her 400th kill of the year.
Great serve reception on East Carter.
And we get a lift against East.
I think I might have argued that one.
First lift that we've seen in the tournament so far. It's not something that you see often, but it seems like when one of them show up, they start showing up a lot.
You know, that's how it used to be when we had doubles.
Yes.
They called 2 touches. You'd never see them, or
they wouldn't go away when they showed up.
Absolutely.
Keys bends this one out of the back line. It's a 5-point lead for Rowan County.
East Carter needs to get a pass.
Kelsey May, the sophomore, working well on the service line and picks up an ace. East Carter may need a timeout here as this has turned into a 6-point lead.
You know, statistically, a long time ago, one of my coaches said if you don't call a timeout within 5 points, the game's lost. So that's always stuck with me. So I never let 5 points go without calling a timeout.
Good ball up front. Bond with a dig on the back row. She'll lift it across.
Smart play. Should have chose a corner, though.
And a booming swing on the far side by Maines.
Phenomenal hit out there on that outside.
Perfect ball on the push.
No block.
That was one of the things the Raiders coming in to have no block. They had 6 blocks on the season as a team. And again, it's a very youthful team, and you can see the difference when you look at the height advantage that Rowan County possesses across the net. They go back. It goes down. Maines heating up. 8-point lead. You get into system, Katie, it's one of those things in the game of volleyball. It's a thing of beauty.
It's the best sport there is.
Service ace for Rowan, 15-6. As Kelsey May picks up her 46th ace of the season. This attack error into the net off the hand of Lala Bush. And a 10-point lead for Rowan County. Timeout, Jennifer Clark and East Carter.
These are the games that teach you character development, so what are you going to do, dig in or give up?
Again, you see maybe a little bit of a slow start, maybe a little bit of nerves, even though you come in as a team that you feel like you're the heavy favorite, obviously, but you can kind of maybe see some nerves there from Rowan County. But once they got themselves into some systems, got the ball going down where they needed to, it certainly made a big difference.
You know, it's tournament time, postseason. Anything happens in this tournament. So to anyone be back on their heels or underestimate a team across the net, it'd just be kind of a death sentence. So, you know, everyone needs to be up. Everyone needs to be ready every game, no matter who or what name is on the jersey across the net.
Rowan County a .333 hitting percentage here in the early goings. East Carter a -200. 2 kills, 3 errors on the 5 attacks so far.
It's a testament, though, to how far Eastern Kentucky volleyball has come. So the 16th region is, you know, a little bit farther behind than the rest of the state, but you can just watch, you know, you see the Rowan counties, you see the East Carter starting to develop. You see all of the 16th region teams that previously were playing jungle ball, and now there's skill, there's digs, there's passes, there's in-system volleyball, and it's just a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite games I've always enjoyed. It's where I started my career in broadcasting, was collegiate volleyball. And the biggest thing about that was I was doing it on radio. And it was the only game that nobody could tell me I had to slow down talking.
You can't.
You can't. In collegiate volleyball, you've got 3 touches, and if you misstep a word, it's over the net. So that's where I learned my love for the game.
You have a career as an auctioneer if you can keep up with that on the radio.
The worst team I always hated that came to Marshall, as I was doing stuff for Marshall, was when they played Tulane. And they had so many of the girls that were Ukraine, Serbian, and Creole. And you had some challenging names there, and they were good. Conference USA volleyball was really good back in the day. And now it's into the Sun Belt, and that's an ace as it flips onto the tape on the back line. So the ace drops in from Brooklyn Tenure.
I would always preach. I wish people could see 16th region volleyball 10 years ago to compare to what it is now.
Oh, 100%. Tenure back-to-back aces. You know, there was usually a team or two. You know, Daryl Atkins and Russell had the big run back there in the early 2000s. That's where Russell's most of their region championships came out of, was when he was there. And it's kind of one of those deals of it was Russell, and then Raceland got some things going, and then you start seeing the pickup, and you started adding 3, 4, 5 teams into the mix.
That's what makes it fun. Anybody's region.
I think most people coming in this season would say it was Ashland's to lose. That was the consensus. But I think when you look at where the bar was at the beginning of the season and where it stands coming into this tournament, the field is not as separated as some might have thought it would have been at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. Ashland has stayed super consistent all season, and that is just an asset in this sport. But to say that everyone else is written off, you can't say that in this sport. And, how you start isn't how you finish, and so it's going to be an interesting 16th region. Once we get through Wednesday, I'd say it's anybody's game.
Hey, you look at Freedom County, had the longest winning streak of the region of teams coming in at 10 games and gets ousted in straight sets. Rowan County running away with this one here, and a nice dump over by Maines. She has really taken over here in this first frame.
Smart choice in the middle.
Again, block late getting there, and that's something we talked about, that East Carter really struggles with the block, and when you've got hitters that can go to the outside, it really makes it tough. 22-7, Rowan County in front.
East Carter has the bones of a solid team. It's just going to take a little experience, a little development. Their defense is doing well against a solid offense.
Yeah, you got hitters that are hitting, and they're digging the ball, and that's the starting point. You can't play a ball forward until you can at least dig it. 23-7 now.
Again, great serve reception on East Carter.
Good job, Rowan County, playing it up off the net. Rowan County back in system. They leave it at the net. They tried to push down the pin and could not do so as Eva Brinker mistouches it at the net. Great idea, just got a little too soft with it. Seeing a ball like it reminds me of a ball that Rigsby used to do so much. She would just see that opening on that outside pin and just dump it so easily.
Rigsby's just one of a kind. She can just see the court more so than pretty much any other player that I've ever coached.
Ace goes home for the Raiders. As dropping that one in was Lila Bush, the junior.
You got to give it to Rowan County. They're doing just enough to stay in system, get that ball over. They know it's going to be a long week if they keep playing at high levels.
Big swing. That one to the outside again. That's something that Rowan County has continued to feed, that outside. That was Brinker, and it's set point.
Rowan County's got some athletic girls over there on that court.
So now Maines. Jump service too deep. So we'll try the set point again as East Carter sides out, trailing at 24-10. Again, back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock first serve. Russell and West Carter in game number 1. Ashland and Fleming County in game 2. Semifinals Wednesday night at 6 and 7:15. Catch all the action right here on Kool TV. Keys will flip it across on a free ball. Ball to the net. And the Raiders can't play it forward. And Rowan County will take set number 1, 25-10.
Great dig, just a miscommunication there.
We'll step out for a break. We come back with set number 2. Rowan County in front, 1-0. Back after this on Kool TV.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe that strong communities begin with strong partnerships, and that starts with trust. Since 1932, we've proudly served the families and businesses of this region because your goals matter, your family matters, and your future should be built on a foundation you can count on and trust. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice.
No matter if you are building a new home or remodeling your current one, let DJ's Kitchen Corner design your new kitchen. From custom cabinets to countertop spaces, no design is too big for DJ's Kitchen Corner. They offer free estimates, and their friendly staff is committed to helping you every step of the way to find your perfect space. Give them a call at 606-928-3688 to schedule an appointment and check them out online at djskitchencorner.com. That's DJ's Kitchen Corner, located at 5350 State Route 5 in Ashland. Family owned and operated for 40 years.
Are you looking for a senior care assisted living facility for your loved one? Look no further. Heritage Point Assisted Living is located at 3304 Rhodes Avenue, New Boston. Owners Steve and Debbie Akers invite you to stop by and see their beautiful home-like atmosphere, including rooms with walk-in showers. Residents can also walk in the beautiful courtyard, shop in the general store, enjoy 3 delicious meals each day. From respite care to housekeeping and laundry services to free transportation to local doctor's visits, Heritage Point provides the care your loved one needs. Over 50 years of providing care. That's Heritage Point Assisted Living. Call today 740-456-8245, 740-456-8245. Our family caring for your family.
With Christmas just around the corner, Wireman's Greenhouse, located on US 23 in Greenup, is your home for all your decoration needs. Wireman's features Fraser fir, Norway spruce, Serbian spruce, and white pine, as well as potted evergreen trees that's a perfect touch for your home, and they offer wreath-making classes available to all ages. Wireman's also has poinsettias and custom fruit and gift baskets, as well as gift cards for that holiday treat. This holiday season, let Wireman's help you deck the halls for all your decoration needs. Wireman's Greenhouse on US 23 in Greenup, and check them out on Facebook.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Sprinkles! Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back in the Palace, Rowan County in front 1-0. Alongside Katie Nelton, I'm James Carter. Happy to have you along with us here tonight. First time with us on the channel.
Thanks,
Hit
appreciate
that,
it.
Yeah, first time here. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Can you do the cha-cha?
I cannot.
I cannot either. I have 2 left feet, so. I was watching Rowan County there dance a little bit, and I was like, yeah, that is not me.
You know, maybe in my younger years, but that's what I keep telling my husband. The closer I get to 40.
Stop. You're making me feel even older. Kevin Anthony, if he is still here, I guarantee he was doing the cha-cha somewhere.
I think he left, actually.
He might have slid out the back door. He made it do the electric slide out the back door.
Yeah. He was up in the hospitality room. I said, we were talking about you.
Yeah, he's Kevin and I, we go way back. He's a great dude.
He actually DJ'd my wedding.
Okay. And first service out of the second set goes into the net on the service error, 1-0 Rowan. Rowan hitting at a 375 in the first set. East Carter a negative 333. Maines from that 10-foot line will pick up another kill.
Allie Bond in the right spot, just didn't get her shoulders turned.
7th kill for Maines. Anytime you can steal points from that 10-foot line with your big hitters, that's a plus. So Mallory Jones leads the team in aces with 94. Has a good one near side. And a miss hit at the net. And East Carter will take the point.
Set was a little too low for that right side.
Booming ball dug off the back row. Nice job there by Mallory McCall to dig that one up. And a big swing at the net from the near pin was Ella Breeze. Left a Breeze over top of the East Carter bench.
You know, you got to give it to East Carter. They are not backing down from these hard hits.
And that's something as a team that you, again, if you can't give a block, you have to stand tall and try to dig off that back row. Nice service there as the sophomore Eliza McGillicuddy drops that one in for the ace.
Serve receive was a little too deep.
Raiders on a free ball. And the attack there into the net by Brinker. Katie, when you look at a team that you start doing the service and you get a team that you see back and you try to drop it in, then they pull up, you try to drop it. How hard is it to try to make those minor adjustments to be able to find where that ball needs to drop?
You know, as long as you're paying attention, usually serves are just so peculiar. It just depends on what your server's doing at that line at that time and what's going through their head, what their thoughts. So being able to adjust and put your serve where you want to do, it's such a skill, but it's not one you can really practice. It's just more concentration.
Great service by the Raiders. They burn it across the net. And nobody for Rowan County closes out.
So we've seen a bunch of those tonight. It's just a miscommunication on who's going for the ball, and unfortunately no one does.
So Haddison Hall.
Solid serve on East Carter.
See if they feed it to Keys on that far line. They do. She'll pop it across.
I always get nervous on those pushes over the net now.
Little touch there by Keys for the point, and we're even at 4. Typically, though, if you get an official that gives you the lift call, you don't get the 2-ball.
Right.
You never get both of them at the same time.
No.
And I think if you did, you'd be one of those times where you wouldn't get anything out of us. East Carter serves the ace and picks up the lead, 5-4 here in the second set.
You know, we got Eric Clark up top, so, you know, he's a solid ref, and, you know, he gives us good calls. He's consistent, and that's really all you can ask for.
We've had a good crew in both games already throughout this tournament, and that's one thing that I will say is most of the officials we see here in the 16th pretty solid at their craft.
You know, as a coach, sometimes you want to complain, but then you get out of this region and you realize there's really nothing to complain about.
Might need to complain anymore.
Paul does a great job with our refs, and, you know, I think I have a pretty good working relationship with most of our refs. So, you know, it's a hard job. It's a thankless job.
Good job by the Raiders trying to play this one back across, but they're not going to get it over. 6-5, Rowan County back in front.
It's one of those times Rowan County has to decide if they're going to play with them or just press on the gas.
Raiders on a free ball, too stiff. The Raiders can't play it back up. They might have heard you talking, Katie. Now they're trying to push out in front. Jennifer Clark says, let's turn it, take a timeout. There's 3 quick ones.
You know, I think you'll see an improvement on Rowan County serves because, like I said, that perception, they've swept over to what we call the good side, and all of a sudden they're in a contained space. So I think you'll see a little bit more improvement on those serves.
Around 6 aces, 2 service errors. East 2 and 1. You look at Rowan coming in after the loss to Ashland. That was coming off the backside of a 3-2 win over Russell. Looking ahead is trying to see if they played Boyd this season. Yeah, they did on the 14th. Straight sets wins. Close matches in the sets, 25-21, 25-20, 25-16. That's who they would get in the next round with the victory.
I think they played them early on in the season.
Back underway we go.
Rowan County's bench up and alive. That's a huge momentum boost is when you get those girls on the bench.
Tip on the outside by Grace Stidham. Maines falling backward, puts it on the back row, and a nice play there by McCall. Raiders lofted across. Here's Maines with a dart, and it's into the stands. Belle Maines picks up her 8th kill of the match. There's not a lot of people in the building, but they're at least making some noise.
Looks like it might be Rowan County's JV girls, perhaps. It's great when you can build a program that supports each other.
It takes a small army to do it. There's Stidham too deep out of the back line. And you look at the gymnasiums that both of these teams play in, they don't have the open air. Both of those playing almost in the same type of gymnasiums that you see that they played, where they're pretty much walled off. Good service there as that one dumps in for the ace.
You know, I know everyone loves the home game, but that's why it's so important to play those away games, is to just get used to playing in different atmospheres.
Rowan County has put the foot on the pedal. They've opened up a 7-point lead here in the second. Floating service, and this one goes all the way out of the back of the line. Back-to-back aces for Ella Breeze.
You know, when you play this late game and you got an hour drive home, you certainly don't want it to go to 5 sets.
No. The good thing is you don't have to play again until Wednesday.
Right. Then the coach's decision: do you run, get touches on balls, or you just take a little bit of a rest day?
You know, I think a lot of that comes down to is how did you play? How did you perform? You know, were you clean? Did you do what you needed to do and take care of things? Or was it mucky and you needed to get in the gym and clean things up?
Right. I think you look at injuries and, you know, how many rest days you've had. You know, I'm big on rest days. If you'd asked me in my younger years, you know, I don't think Boyd County ever had a rest day. But, you know, I think my Raceland girls would attest that, you know, sometimes you just got to take a break.
Maines tries to bend it to the outside edge and sends it out of bounds on the attack error. And as a coach for you, going from a young coach into a seasoned veteran, learning those things along the way, how hard was that?
You know, there's no guide, and I know that sounds crazy because it's not like we have to reinvent the wheel, but when you're coming into, like I said, Eastern Kentucky, not having a clue how the volleyball scene was, I kind of just got bombarded with it. Hey, you want to coach? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's get back into it. So just not having a clue and finding your way, and I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes along the way, and I'm sure people will tell you all about them. But, you know, it's a great sport. It's a great community. I think we've built such just a great little family here in the 16th region. You know, there's competition, there's skill, there's development. But as long as that development is continually happening, you know, no one can complain.
Another big swing there by Belle Maines. Raiders can't play it back up, so the point goes home. 14-8. That's a ball that you hate you don't get a kill on. You've hit a great ball, but somebody digs it up off the back line just to give their team an opportunity to make a play on.
Right. Just same thing as the ace that we talked about last match, is that if there's an option to get a pass on it on the second ball, then, you know, just can't stat it. Other coaches may disagree. But I would not stat it as a kill.
That was a dump across there by Maines. I've never claimed that my stats are perfect, but I usually try to stand behind my numbers, and I'd always looked at my numbers as compared to your guys whenever I would cover your games, and they were usually within the ballpark, so I felt like I was doing something right.
You know, I let Eric stat. I think he's a little kinder than I am. I mean, I'm sure there's some games he watched he'd rather not stat, but he's a much nicer person than I am, so we balance each other out.
Yeah, it happens. You got to have the yin with the yang.
Yeah.
And the Raiders' Bush put this one in play.
That was a great pass by Rowan County.
McCall brings it back forward.
Oop, miscommunication.
Yeah, Rowan County brings it near side. Maines too stiff. Had the idea, just cannot find that back line on this near pin. Raiders cut it to 5.
It's those miscommunications that a coach, you just want to pull your hair out because you're so prone to injury, and there's just points to be lost whenever you just can't open your mouth.
Especially when you have a player playing from the front going backward and a player from the back row coming forward. Those are face-on collisions. Maines brings it down the near line.
East Carter putting up a fight.
Keys digs that one back row. She'll attack behind that 10-foot line, and that one's too stiff. Good idea by Hannah, but just a little bit too out of the back line as Rowan County sides out and picks up the point.
I'm impressed with East Carter's defense right now.
And that was something when you look at coming in of knowing that they had no block to speak of. Okay, they've got to be pretty good defensively. And, again, they've been able to keep the ball up. And especially once this Brown County team gets some big swings, they've been able to at least get a hand on the ball to keep it up.
That's what I tell my girls in practice. They're like, where's my block? And I'm like, you need to pass it without a block, sis.
Nice ball right up the middle. And delivering there is Eva Brinker.
Great hit.
That's a ball you could see coming from a mile away because it started on that back row receive.
You know, that 5 is so easy for that right-handed middle to swing at, and so you can't anticipate it, but when you've got timing like that, you're not going to get a block up.
17-10 Rowan. McCall on the diving save on the back row. Raiders play it across on a free ball. And Maines may have gotten away with a palm ball.
Sounded like a little prolonged contact on that one.
See the way she slams it down this near line as she picks up her 10th kill of the match. McCall back row. Maines missed jumps and still comes away with it. That shows her athletic ability.
She saw the court. That was a perfect shot.
Her 11th kill of the evening. She was going down as she hit that ball and still caught it down.
You know, that's one of the great things about smart, intelligent hitters in the front row is that you can see the court.
That one was a no-doubter as Brooklyn Tenure connects, and the lead is 10.
Brown's doing a great job of staying in system.
Great look there courtside as Jacob Hankins working with us tonight, bringing you highlights and our hero cam. Trey Collier, our executive producer, my wife Felicia Collier, taking care of the shots up top. Happy to have everyone along with us here tonight. And the Raiders, off of a great service, just simply could not get that one in a passable position. And the lead is 11. Timeout East Carter. And it was kind of one of those deals at first, Katie, in this second frame. It was like an animal playing with its prey. And then it finally decided enough is enough. And when Rowan kind of got things rolling, it kind of surged very quickly.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things we always preach is attitude and effort. Skill is always there. Attitude and effort wanes. It's not typical to lose skill, but, you know, you can let down in that attitude and that effort portion. And, you know, sometimes you rock back on your heels and you play with teams that maybe you shouldn't have. And, you know, sometimes you just got to get in a groove.
That first year you took over at Boyd, you come in on a team that was winless the year before. What was the biggest challenge you faced?
Actually, none. I'd take that back. Our biggest challenge was looking across the net and seeing the name on the jersey.
Yep.
So Boyd County was terrified of Ashland, and I was like, I need you to see the girl in the jersey, not the name on the jersey. And so, you know, the best thing for that was club ball outside, is that they started playing with these girls, and all of a sudden there was a name to a face, and it wasn't Ashland, it was, you know, Reagan or Delaney or whomever across the net, and all of a sudden it became a person.
Yeah.
And they were able to manage that. So that was the biggest outcome is, you know, same thing when I came over to Raceland, is just making them believe that they deserve to be here.
You know, club ball has become such a big thing that has built this region as well to get girls to where they can play at the level that we see some of these players play in.
It's such a catch-22. It's such a great experience. It's development. You know, there's not enough time in season to develop and to get those fundamental skills. So you have to have girls playing outside, but then, you know, you run the risk of overuse injuries and, you know, burnout and stuff like that. There's so many statistics that say multi-sport athletes are so much healthier. But, you know, without that out-of-season development, you don't have the in-season wins.
Maines draws net, but it flips across the tape. Her 12th kill of the match, 23-10. A miss hit there. As that's off the side of the hand of Brooklyn Tenure.
Looks like the toss was a little too low.
So side out for the Raiders, it's Gracie Stidham, the sophomore. And nobody for the Raiders plays it forward. Had a great pass for the back row, and just nobody goes to set it.
She needed that lead left foot a little bit more forward so that it would go over that setter's box where that setter was waiting.
Off the tape. McCall flips it forward. Key smacks it across. Ball at the net. And Rowan County into the net on that one. That was an easy one. Mallory, or that was Brinker. And she knew it. As soon as she got in the net, she just turned away.
Yeah, that dig put her a little too close to that plane.
Again, it's set point. And the Raiders are going to pick up an ace. So Alexis Bond on the service ace. 24-13, still set point. And as you mentioned so many times, Raiders not going away quietly.
No, they're putting up a fight.
Keys too deep on the attack, and that'll do it for set number 2. Rowan County wins it 25-13, set 3 when we return to the Palace after this on Kool TV.
Hungry for something fresh and full of flavor? Come on down to Mackey's Pizza Pub, home of the shredded pepperoni. At 1007 Argolite Road in Flatwoods, Mackey's is where freshness meets flavor. They're serving up fresh, never frozen, wings, mouth-watering pizzas, hearty sandwiches, and crisp salads. All in a fun family atmosphere. And they have the only pool table in Flatwoods, plus a game room for everyone to enjoy. Mackey's Pizza Pub, home of the shredded pepperoni.
The world runs and depends on data. Vertev keeps that data cool and operational with custom high-quality cooling equipment that is the Rolls-Royce of large and mid-size air conditioning systems. A Fortune 500 company located in Ironton, Vertev designs, builds, and supports critical cooling solutions for data centers. They offer real career potential with clear growth opportunities and support lifelong learning through their educational reimbursement program. For more information about their custom cooling solutions or about joining their team, visit vertiv.com. When you become involved in complicated legal matters, many factors may fight for your attention in dealing with the situation. It is very stressful to carry out daily responsibilities while juggling legal, emotional, and financial concerns. At Wilson, Stavros, Rousey, and Thomas, our legal team can provide guidance and counseling dealing with these issues. They are a full-service law firm with established ties to Ashland and surrounding areas, specializing in family law, divorce, bankruptcy, motor vehicle accidents, and estate planning. Call 606-637-8717 for more information or visit them online at wilsonstavrosrousey.com. Wilson, Stavros, Rousey, and Thomas, proudly serving the area for 25 years.
Trust is something earned, not given. For over 90 years, KFB has built trust in your community. We believe our neighborhood is our responsibility. Through our quality service, innovative products, and local decision-making, we are committed to your financial success. Better financials lead to a better life. All with the Better Bank headquartered in Boyd County and serving the tri-state. KFB, the bank you trust and the community you love.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Borders Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
We head to set number 3 as we welcome you back here to the Palace on Kool TV alongside Katie Neltner. I'm James Collier. 2-0 Rowan in the race to 3. And Katie, it was one of those deals. East was right there for a little bit. Rowan kind of exerted its will. East Carter refuses to go away quietly.
They're not giving up, that's for sure. But, you know, you've got to play point. And you let 1, 2, that turns into 5, 6, 10 real quick.
Again, the winner of this game gets Boyd County Wednesday night at 6. We'll be back with you tomorrow night starting at 6 o'clock. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:50. Russell and West Carter in the first game, followed by Ashland and Fleming County in game 2 at 7:15. 6 and 7:15 Wednesday night, in the semifinals championship game Thursday night at 7. You can catch all the action right here on Kool TV. All right, Mallory Jones will start things off. Deep service to the back row. Gillicuddy lofts it off to the far side. Back row, McCall. A big swing from the far side, and down for the point is Tenure. Where's that Breeze? Hang on. Those numbers are hard to see.
Yeah, they are.
That is Breeze, Ella Breeze, number 11. I think there's only been one jersey worse than those this season. That was Fleming County's. I could not. If they wear those jerseys tomorrow night, I'll just might as well bring some binoculars. Deep service, just out of the line.
And I'm always very peculiar about our jerseys. I want to make sure, A, they look nice, B, they follow all the little intricate rules of the KHSAA.
I just wish there was some form of uniformity of numbers to be able to be seen.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of supposed to be scrambled by the Raiders.
I would say the rules allow for it now, whether people follow it or not.
And the Raiders get a block at the net, as flipping that one back across is Kylie Baker. Floating service. Too stiff. Ella Brinker. Raiders lead at 3-1.
You know what I love most about East Carter is that they might be down 2, but their attitudes are great. Cheering each other on, clapping, talking to each other. I mean, you can't ask for anything more as a coach.
And you could tell it right now. Rolling here in the third. They're out to a 4-1 lead. Alexis Bond with an ace. Good service, no communication, back row. Raiders 5-1. Timeout, Rowan County.
Smart timeout by Taylor.
Again, that's the conversation. You bring your team together and don't take your foot off the gas yet. We're not home.
Being up 2, you want to go ahead and finish out this third set. You don't want to let East Carter back in for that.
East Carter getting the timeout there. We're looking into the huddle. And this tells you where they are. They're turning around, looking, waving at the cameras, sticking their tongues. I mean, they're enjoying the moment. And again, it's a lot of young kids there trying to figure out what region volleyball is and maybe never being in that situation and trying to get things moving in the right direction from here.
You know what I mean? It's a great game, and when you're playing it well, it's a fun game. So that's what I always tell my girls is that high school volleyball might not always be fun, but good volleyball is fun.
Yes.
So if you're not having fun, we're probably not playing good ball.
That's a lot of, and I will say that 100%. When you're covering volleyball, if it's bad, it is bad all the way around. Everybody involved. But when it is good, it is just a pleasure to be a part of.
Not enough oomph on that one.
I think this is where Rowan County just needs to get a ball back that they can swing on. Trying to put too much finesse to it. Brinker dumps that one across. Anna Keys.
Great setters on both sides of the net tonight.
Good job digging that one on the far line. McCall flips it back over. Touch out of bounds. Is losing that one was Ella Breeze, and that's one of those deals. A right-hander on that opposite trying to go down line, it makes that ball want to go out. Usually, only way you get that point is you got to swing.
Didn't look like she was at the right angle to make contact.
Keys goes cross court. Touch of the net. And Rowan County sides out as Ella Brinker with the dump on the near side. So Eliza McGillicuddy down by 5 here in this third frame. Burns one across the tape. This one's punched out of bounds by Lila Bush.
Not much she could have done with that ball.
That's one of those at the net, you're trying to go on 2, just trying to catch somebody off guard, but you really don't have a lot of, like you said, just try to punch it and hope for the best. This one's
you don't ever want them to go up and punch the ball, but she's also back row, so she couldn't have left the floor. So that was the best she could come up with. But, you know, sometimes you'll have that. The ball's too close to the net. Setter can't do anything with it.
McGillicuddy picks up her third ace. Maybe Rowan County builds off of this. A couple of quick points. A big swing outside, Ella Breeze. And that quickly, Rowan County flips the switch and looks like a whole different team. So 3 quick ones for the ladies in green. Hello, little lady.
Leighton wants to get in the action.
Back set, near side. Bush with a dig. Breeze, back line, and puts it home. I was doing a region soccer game about a week and a half ago, covering Boyd County, and we're at the broadcast over at East Carter, and a little boy walks up, and he goes, "What's these buttons doing?" Pushing over the end. And I'm like, no, don't push those buttons. Please don't push those buttons.
That's me over here with all these lights.
Yeah, just don't worry about the lights. The lights are good. Jones on a push. Breeze for another. McCall back row. Diving save by Bush at the net.
Is this roster right that McCall's only a freshman?
Yes, and another from the far corner.
She's got a bright 3 more years ahead of her, that's for sure.
Breeze has really come on here in the last few points. Her 4th kill, and we're even at 7 on a 5-0 run. And it's out of bounds from McGillicuddy.
You know, we talked about year of the middles. Rowan County this year seems to be pulling all of their offense out of that outside.
Yes, everything has gone outside on the opposite. We've seen, what, 1 attack down the middle?
Not many.
And that was so yin and yang for what we saw in the first, where everything went through the middle, seemed like.
Yeah, that's just part of knowing your team and knowing your opponent as well.
Breeze pops that one across.
Smart play.
Jones digs that one up. Free ball lifted across by the Raiders. A miss hit at the net, but it still goes home. That's tenure. We're even at 8. Her 6th kill of the match. Off the tape for an ace.
No way to read those.
Nothing you can do about it. It's one of those balls that it's either going your way or it's not. And if it falls, it's 50-50. Either way it falls, you have no play on the ball.
It's a mean little floater serve that she has going on. There's a block.
Keys blocks one at the net. Nice dig on the back row. Baker plays that one up. Tenure up front. Nice job by the Raiders. Good rally going here. Hannah Keys plays it up with the left hand. And a little ninja kill on the touch. They got East Carter under the net is what they went with. I thought they got a lift against Rowan.
Rowan looked a little concerned for a minute.
Yeah, when the whistle blew, I thought that they'd gotten Rowan on the lift. And this is an ace.
East Carter serve received just a little too deep.
So a 3-point Rowan County lead. Big hit off the far line and way too stiff. as that was Maines that was trying to get back after it.
I'm not sure she got quite far enough back to do a full approach.
So Addison Hall, ball returned back at the net. Raiders try to play it back up, but cannot do so. One of those balls that gets stuck on the tape and it falls right back on you.
I don't think 35 knew she could touch it again after that defensive play at the net.
All right, into the game is Kelsey May, the sophomore. She had a good service back in set number 2. She'll start it off here. Keys flips that one across. That one's out of bounds. Again, you see the official waving the flag. What that means is that the ball was on the outside of the antenna. The ball has to be on the inside of the antenna when it makes the pass on the net. Jones up front. Big swing at the net. That's Brooklyn Tenure. Nice hit there in the middle. 5-point lead for Rowan County.
Rowan County's had great serves tonight. They've stayed super consistent.
Floating service. McCall comes forward. It deposits at the net, but doesn't make its way back across. That was going to be a bad ball for East Carter, and either way it went.
Bella Maine was ready for it.
Another floating service off the net.
That's a serve. You either need to pull that defense, that back serve receive up, or pull that offense off the net.
Timeout East Carter. As Rowan County's pushed it out to a 16-9 lead here in the third. All of a sudden, you see the kind of the energy in the timeout for Rowan County has flipped a little bit since the last timeout when Coach Dixon made that timeout when they were down 7-1.
Sometimes you just need a little come to Jesus moment.
You know about those come to Jesus moments, don't you?
We like them in our
Yeah.
huddles.
There will be times that you left the gymnasium. I think one of my favorite was that we were, I think at West Carter. It was in the regional tournament that year, and you took your team out in the lobby. And I swear, I still swear up and down, I said you did it just so I couldn't hear you, so I couldn't quote it in the paper.
All I know is that when I was at Boyd, Pete used to tell me, the more angry you get, the quieter you should be. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to leave the gym. We're going to solve all those problems right
Makes
here.
it easy. Let's just go to the locker room. All right, back out of the timeout, back underway. East Carter can't play this one up. Really good job from the service line from Kelsey May. She is dropping in some dandies right on the tape. And how do you make this adjustment? What do you have to do at this point?
No, this is an attitude right now. So East Carter's proven that they can get these balls up, that they can run offense, and they can stay in system. It's just, I don't know if they're tired. I don't know if they're getting beat down, but it's just one of those things. You just got to flip that switch. You got to find something that motivates you.
That's a big hit on the outside as Belle Maines delivers, and you could see that one coming. As that was a ball, like you said, she had plenty of room to get that running go and come down on it.
You know, versatile hitters like that with no block up, you can pretty much just run the net, and that's what she did.
This is a miss hit off the side of the hand. Maybe gotten just a little bit too much of a hurry on that one. The funny thing I always liked about people, they always say that it's easy to hit the ball across the net, and then you watch them try to do it, and it's funny how far out of the net they hit it or how much into the net they hit it. There's a lot of skill of getting a ball going down.
I think that people underestimate the skill that it takes, and not only the skill, but the intelligence that it takes to play this game, because it's such a quick game. You don't have time to think about it. It has to be muscle memory, but for it to be muscle memory, you have to practice it. But to practice it, you have to understand, and that brain has to understand that in that situation, this is what I need to do right this second.
Yeah, if you think you missed it, it's already past you.
Absolutely. Your brain just has to know outside, defense, off the shoulder. It just has to be reflex.
And that's something I've always just been just blown away with, and especially at the collegiate level, when you see them play at the speed they play, how they dig balls and how they play balls back, it's just it's unbelievable.
Pure skill.
And a great service again by Rowan County, getting the service line going here in the third. As into the ball game is Abigail Reed, and she'll pick up the ace. 20-11. And bends that one out of bounds. You know, you get into the collegiate level and you start watching the way the attacks, you've got players running middle, slide, you're going pins, and you have no idea where the ball's going, and it's just so difficult to read it.
You know,
but
you'll
it's so
see that
cool
at
to
our
watch
level.
it.
You go see, you know, the All-A State or the 2A State, and you start to get outside of Eastern Kentucky, and you realize those are high school level teams playing these. I mean, we went out there and saw Beechwood, good Lord. And you just understand what these girls are capable of if they got the time and attention.
Bad set at the net. Rowan County trying to save it across, and they will.
Great hustle by Rowan County.
Here comes Maines. Keynes trying to pick it across, but can't do so. And Maines collects another. 22-12, her 14th kill of the match.
I'm going to have to get clarification on that call before tomorrow.
I was at the impression, too, coming in, that if it touched the bars, it was a dead ball and it was a replay.
To be fair, I didn't attend the region meeting, so I'm not entirely sure what was discussed.
On the far side, Ella Breeze.
Both teams have great hands on that setter's position.
Rowan County 2 points away from closing things out in straight sets. And this one's into the net. Rowan County tonight with 9 service errors. 13 aces, 9 service errors.
You know, I was always told when I was playing that you wanted to double the errors. So if you had 10 errors, you should have 20 aces.
Ball down the near line for the point. That got Rowan County into the net either way, as it was going to be a point for Alexis Bond on the kill, but it'll be a point for East Carter on the infraction in the net.
Great spot on the court by Allie Bond.
Great look there, Gracie Stidham, the sophomore. Too deep. Rowan County has struggled this side.
You know, I'm telling you, depth perception, we're going to say it 4 million times through the rest of this region tournament, but you go, it makes you feel like you've got longer than 30 feet over there.
Jones on a free ball. Raiders play it forward. Free back to Rowan County. Jones up front. Out of the back line. That's back-to-back hits from Breeze that have been just deep. Raiders hanging around, down 7. Breeze on a touch, loses that one out of bounds. 3 consecutive errors for Rowan County.
Looked like she wasn't expecting that ball. She didn't get out for her approach.
That's usually a ball you want to get around so you can come back in and come across court.
You know, sometimes we just get caught watching.
Stidham loses that one off the side of the hands, and that'll make it match point for Rowan County and Mallory Jones. Jones, the leading server for this team at 94 on the season. Trying to close things out on straight sets here and punch their ticket into Wednesday night semifinals. And a big swing by Ella Breeze at the net will do it. So Rowan County wins it in straight sets, 25-17. Belmains with 17 kills, Brooklyn Tenure with 7. Ella Breeze has 6 for East Carter. 3 kills for Hannah Keys as the Raiders close things up on the season at 6-15. Rowan County makes it 6 in a row. They're 26-6. They'll play Boyd County here 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Russell and West Carter, followed by Ashland and Fleming County at 7:15. We'll have all the action right here beginning at 5:50 and pregame coverage here on Kool TV. Katie, it was fun. We'll do it again tomorrow night.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. But have tipped our entire crew tonight. Trey and Felicia Carter, Jacob Hankins, all the great folks here at Raceland-Worthington School. For Katie Neltner, all my great crew here tonight, I'm James Carter saying so long. We'll talk to you tomorrow night right here on Kool TV.
Thank you for watching the 2025 16th Region Volleyball Tournament live on Kool TV. This broadcast of the 16th Region Volleyball Tournament has been a special sports presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.